Hello, so this is just a quick video walking you through how you can set up payments in Stripe. Okay, so I'm logged into a test user here. This is the sort of homepage that you'll see when you first set up Stripe. If you have been having payments, you'll see that there's some money moving around here in your dashboard. What I'm going to do is just talk you through how you can set up mainly just one-off payments. Okay, so first of all, when you go in, you'll see a section here called billing. Okay, this is where all of your automated or online payments are run through. Okay, so this is how you create them. So you can bill clients like this. So first of all, if you click on billing, you'll see a number of things pop up. You'll see invoices, which is made for one-off payments. So that is where you've maybe got a consultation you want to charge for or just a one-off product. That's how you'll get your client to pay you online. So set it up there. If you want to do reoccurring payments or a payment plan or anything like that, you want to be setting up a subscription, and there is a big difference. Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to walk you through how to set up a one-off payment. If you do want to set up subscriptions, just let me know and I'll send you another video for that. So first of all, let's jump into invoices. You'll see I haven't got any in here, but what we need to do before we actually create your first invoice is you need to have a customer. Okay, the way Stripe works is you create a customer first and then you add their details, their bank cards, their invoices, and so on, and you attach it to the customer. So what I'm going to do is go into customers here along the top. Again, you'll see I've got no customers in my test account. And you can either click create your first customer at the bottom here, or you can click on new at the top. So if you have got current customers in here, you won't see this in the middle, but you will be able to see the new at the top. Okay, so click on that. Then you will get a pop-up which will ask for their email and their description. So all I'm going to do now is just add in an email address. So I'm going to just put in test user because that's one of my test users. So you're going to put in your email address of your customer. And in description, I normally just put their name. It's really handy to have it in there just so that you can keep track of who they are. But again, it's totally up to you what you want to put in there. I'm just going to put in test user. Okay, and you just click create customer. Now you'll see here, I've got a customer in there. If I click on the customer here, this is what the customer's screen looks like. Okay, so you have a bit of their information, their account details, metadata, any bank cards they use. So if they've used a card in the past, you won't be able to view the card number and the details, but you will be able to keep it on file and charge it again if they give you authority to. Same with their bank accounts and any payments they've made previously and any subscriptions that are attached to them. And also finally, any invoices. Okay, so what we're now going to do is create an invoice. So you can either create the invoice here by going create invoice, and it will help you create the invoice there. It's automatically taking us down to billing and invoices. So the other way of doing it, rather than click create invoice, is that you manually go down to billing and invoices, create an invoice, and this is what you will see. Okay, so first of all, a bit of the basics. So the customer information, so they've got their email address and the description. Now you just need to add in, if there's anything else you want to do, you can click edit. If you ever want to change, let's say you wanted to have a specific invoice prefix, or you wanted to have a copy in email. Let's say one of your clients says, yeah, this is my email address, but I'd like you to also send it to my accountant, for example. You can put it in there. And any other information you want to put on the invoice. It automatically puts in the basic, so you generally don't need to go into there. Okay, now we need to actually add the invoice item. Okay, so I'm just going to put in here one-off product. You can put in whatever the product is they're purchasing from you. You need to add in the price. So I'm just going to put £10. Again, mine's in pounds because my account in here is in pounds. If your account is in Australian dollars, it will automatically do it in Australian dollars for you. Then if you've got more than one item, you just click add another item and another one pops up and you do exactly the same thing. Once you've done that, you'll see a subtotal comes through. You can add in a coupon, you can add on a discount, and you can add on tax if you need to. Okay? Once you've done that, you just click the buttons, follow the steps. You'll have the total here. Now you'll have an option here which says memo. So you can add in any information you want to have. So you could probably have something like, as discussed, this relates to, da, 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 or you could just have any description you want in there. And that's just an additional notes field in the invoice that they'll be able to see. Next, as you scroll down, you'll see it says billing, and this is basically how to pick how they pay you. Okay, so automatically it's gone to email invoice because I haven't actually got any card details on file for them at the moment. If you want to charge the payment card on file, so let's say they make a payment and you've already got their card details in the customer data, you will be able to just click here, automatically charge payment on file. Then it won't email the invoice, it'll automatically charge them, and you just click here, charge customer. Now, however, because this is a new customer, I don't actually have their card details on file. So I'm going to, and you can see that here it says you need to add it in the payment method. All you need to do is go down to email invoice instead, and it's going to change. So now it's basically saying, I'm going to email this client this invoice. Okay, so it's going to say payment due, so I can pick how long I want it to be sent. So I usually do less than 30 days. I usually say about 5 days. And then you can pick whether you want it to actually send them an invoice and then they contact you to pay, or you can actually get them to include the payment page in here. So they just see the email, type in their card details, and it's done. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. So it says here, include a Stripe posted link to an invoice payment page in the invoice email. So you're going to click that, leave that is there, and then you can just basically pick if you want to accept payment through there. So credit card or debit details, which I'm going to click there. So that is everything you need to do to send an invoice. Now what I'm going to do is just very quickly show you. If you click on preview, it's going to show you what that email is going to look like. Okay, so at the moment it's invoice from test account because that's the name of my account here. So if my account was called Chloe Bison, it would say invoice from Chloe Bison. The invoice number, the amount due, the bill to, so this is again the name and description, and they can click pay this invoice, and there's the details of how they of their invoice, and it says there download as PDF. Okay, if they click pay this invoice, it's going to actually take them to a live payment page where they can put in their card number. Okay, and you can see here the day that it's calculated to be due on. Obviously it's draft, so it's come up with today's date, and they just put in their card number, their expiry date, and their CVC code, and that's it. Okay, that's everything that of how you can create your own invoice in Stripe. Now, one thing I will mention as well, just before we close this, is if you go into here, you'll see here that it's got like a bit of a grey color background. You can actually change that. Okay, so see down here it says you can update your logo and brand color. If you just click on that, it will help you actually add in the color you want. So you can make this a really funky, like, let's go, let's just do some funky colors. That's got a horrible brown, but you know what I mean. So you'll see there you can have a brown background, you can choose an icon, pick whichever one you want to have in there, and that will go here, and so on. Okay, so you can play around with that. Also, I'd really encourage you at this point, when you're in the email settings, is actually make sure that the clients are getting email receipts. So here at the top it says email customers for successful payments and refunds. Click that and click save. It's really important because when I know for a fact when I buy something, I like to be able to get an email receipt. If they don't know if it's gone through. They'll probably just see it on the bank account, but it's not the best way. So always make sure you do that, and you can just click save. Now, if we go back into billing, you will see here, I go into invoices, there is a draft invoice here. Okay, same as if I went into the customer, go into my test user customer, you will see here that there is an invoice for £10 in draft. Okay, you just click on that, and in order to send it, okay, all you need to do is scroll to the bottom and click here, send invoice. Once you do that, it's going to just check the email to make sure that's what you want, and you just click send invoice. Okay, now you can see it's come up as open because it's been sent, it's actually been delivered, and it actually says there invoice was sent to customer. Okay, if they don't pay it, you can click resend. If they pay it, let's say actually they contact you and say, can I just do a bank transfer? You can put mark as paid. There's loads of different things you can do with this. Now, if we go back to the customer again, so which is the customer section up here, go back to my test customer, you will see now, if we go to the bottom, that it says invoice open. Okay, if I was to pay that invoice, you would actually see that and it says paid. Okay, as soon as they've paid that, you're also going to get some information in here. So it's going to tell you the card they paid on. Now, as I said, you won't be able to go in and view the information for security reasons, but you will be able to see that there's a card in there, and you will be able to charge that card again if they give you approval to do so. Okay, so that is everything I wanted to show you today of how you can set up an invoice for a one-off payment in Stripe.